Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I just kind of want to hop right into it. For some reason, the last video that I made with my rant, it kind of just disappeared at the end. That's why if anybody who watched that video, if you kind of notice it just cuts out at the end. I don't really know what happened, but either way it go. So point one, I kind of wrote down a couple topics that I wanted to touch on. So if I kind of sound like I'm reading, I am. But I don't know. We're just gonna hop right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the pressure system and the defensive and offensive AI. So in my personal opinion, when I first heard of the pressure system being introduced to NHL 24, I genuinely thought that it really couldn't have been a better time for EA to rework the AI so they can begin to correctly, and I mean correctly, cycle the puck in the offensive and defensive zones. But according to Mike Englehart, um, he felt that he wanted to keep the AI with he wanted to stick to the AI that the fan base all know and love. And I just got to thinking, who the fuck loves that shit? Because anybody who looks at Reddit or anything like that, you can clearly see that the fan base all hate the AI in the game. And that's probably one of the biggest complaints I think that everyone has every single year about the AI. Also, the dump and chase in NHL games just is non-existent. When it comes to the AI, even when changing lines, the defense doesn't seem to cycle the puck amongst each other in the defensive zones or anything. So I'm not really too sure how much they watch real hockey, but that kind of happens in real life if you've ever been to a real hockey game. So I don't know. But number two, the second thing I wanted to talk about was the defensive side of the puck. So I would probably say since about NHL 20, maybe 21, it kind of seems like EA is heading in more of a direction of trying to make like an arcade style video game. Not really more so going to a realistic side of a video game. It seems like each year they just kind of strip more and more things from the defensive side of the puck. They completely nerfed the ability to even clear the puck. The hitting in NHL 24 was horrible from what I played when I did play the game. As I said in my first video, I didn't actually buy NHL 24 because when I played the EA Play trial, it just wasn't worth the $80 that I was gonna initially spend, or $70 or whatever the case may be. So I didn't actually purchase the game. And with the pressure system, taking as much energy as it did, which the pressure system is just essentially just ice tilt. It just wasn't a good experience for me defensively since I actually play defense in the game. I actually play left defenseman, so and I'm a two-way defenseman at that. So I don't know. It wasn't good. It just wasn't it just didn't make me want to I don't know. It just didn't make me want to continue to play the game. It was really nothing about NHL 24 that made me want to keep playing. Um, and I low key and I honestly thought that with the pressure system, the gameplay would have kind of essentially slowed down. It seems like everybody skates like Connor McDavid. Everybody's just flying past each other, and I would have thought they would have kind of slowed the gameplay down to a more realistic speed, so that cycling and all the type of stuff like that can happen. But it didn't really seem like that was the direction they were going for, so it is what it is. The third thing I want to talk about when it comes to, since we're already talking about player speeds and player types, um, in my personal opinion, that's a major issue because in NHL games today, it just is basically just non-existent. I know they've been trying to differentiate the players with the X factors and everything like that. But honestly speaking, I just don't feel like that's enough. There's absolutely no difference between a player like Connor McDavid, Ryan Reeves, Zdeno Chara, because they can all essentially do the same things. They can all do the Michigan, they can all do the same deeks and everything like that. There's no real differentiation as far as the player types and whatever the case may be. So I think they need to do something that would make player types actually matter. You get what I'm saying? Because there's no way a Ryan Reeves would, and also player traits as well. There's absolutely no reason like at all why the fuck Ryan Reeves would ever try to do a Michigan, Zdeno Chara would ever try to do a Michigan. There's absolutely no reason why any of these players would ever try to do a Michigan at all. So, in my personal opinion, they need to try to differentiate the players. If an enforcer is an enforcer, make him play like an enforcer. If a person is if it's a defenseman and he plays like a Zdeno Chara defensive type of defenseman, make him play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, make player types matter, player traits. If a player is known for...
From nonstop pressure and physicality to dynamic new ways to attack, EA Sports NHL 24 brings it, and so much more. We couldn't be more excited to show you what's new this year, including a suite of new gameplay features that up the intensity, authenticity, and connectivity of the game. Crossplay is here. Now, you can finally compete with or against your friends on same-generation consoles. This vastly improves matchmaking quality and shortens wait times, so you and your crew can make the most of your time on the ice. This is a literal game changer. The exhaust engine lets you feel the intensity of hemming an opponent in the zone, forcing you to make strategic decisions like choosing to establish puck possession or attack on the rush. Exhaust engine is made up of the sustained pressure system and the goalie fatigue system. The sustained pressure system rewards extended offensive events such as shooting, passing, and checking in the attacking zone, as you can see with the pressure gauge. The offensive team will gain a boost in stats due to the adrenaline effect, while the defensive team gets a decrease in stats due to the pinned effect. This change makes real hockey plays effective. The dump and chase can be used to wear down the opponent and retrieve the puck. Full pressure strategies, like peppering the goalie from all angles to tire them out, are now effective and cause authentic goal scrambles. And cycling the puck to build sustained pressure opens up new opportunities to attack the net. On the defensive side, you now have to choose between making the safe boards and outplay or risk turning the puck over in the slot. We've also added the goalie fatigue feature, adding over 50 new goalie animations, including a brand new desperation save package. Goalies will now tire as you increase attack zone time, move the puck around, and most importantly, get shots on net. As a goalie tires, they'll make more errors, causing rebounds and absolute chaos in the crease. Take the body, take the game. The physics-based contact feature revolutionizes checking in NHL 24, bringing more physicality to the game and ramping up the fun and authenticity of